Hi there guys, it's Chris from Diary of a Lincoln Geek. I'm here live at the UK Games Expo 2021. We are live streaming across all 3 days. It's been an absolutely incredible second day. We've been chatting to games designers throughout the morning. As you've seen, we've been doing 15 minutes, clips here and there. And we're here now chatting with our next game designers. We've got Rich and Catherine from Hatchlings Games, that's it, thank you very much. Sorry, it's been a long day already. And INSPIRISLES, is that right? INSPIRISLES. Yeah. It's a very interesting game. Can you introduce us and tell us kind of how long you guys have been starting doing this?
So we established a role-playing group in our local community. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons initially with local teenagers in the school. And I thought, why not develop my own independent sort of like role-playing game, TTRPG. And our day job, both of us, me and my wife, we work for a deaf charity in the UK. And I thought, I woke up one morning and I thought, why not combine both of them together, my passion and my day job?
Yeah.
And that's how INSPIRISLES came about. It basically teaches sign language, British Sign Language and American Sign Language from scratch, like a crash course tutorial in it, while being a robust kind of role-playing game in its own right.
Fantastic. And you say you've got your background in playing D&D. So is that both of you? You do that as a couple or as a family?
We do actually, yeah. Yeah, I've DM'd before, but now I've taken the reins and given it to a beginner, basically, DM, my friend and colleague at the same deaf charity, and he runs games for us both as players.
Yeah, I was never that into D&D before I met Rich. I like acting and I like sort of role-playing aspects and that sort of thing. I'd never heard of D&D, and then I met Rich and he introduced me to it, and now I just find it really, really good fun. And from D&D, moving on to more role-play games and tabletop role-play games, and that's where the interest is gone. Yeah.
So this is the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the inspiration behind this then? Is it that core background?
Yeah. Well, the inspirations are I'm really into the Legend of Zelda video games.
Right.
And I'm very much into the Henson 1980s movies like Labyrinth and The Never-Ending Story.
Man after my own heart. Oh.
And so some of the character designs are almost ripped out of these very bold kind of imaginative characters. These are some of the sort of they're called friends on our islands. They're essentially the races that help you out, and you can affiliate with any of them. And you've got the gods as well of the islands. Aethelin, Vaughn, they represent the different elements.
Yep.
And the way this works is it's integral to the system. So you pick an element each as a player.
Yep.
And then depending if you're water and earth, you're a defensive element. If you're fire and air, you're an aggressive element.
Right.
How that works in terms of 3d6 dice is that if you're aggressive, you get to re-roll your opponent's dice. If you're defensive, you get to re-roll your own dice.
Oh, right.
So that's how resolutions are made
Okay.
within the game. Quite rules-like, quite simple, but it's all tied to sign language learning.
So you can use your sign language or your shaping. As I say, you start off very basic with just finger spelling and learning the alphabet. So if you're, for instance, fire element with Kilner, you want to do a fire spell, they'll say, your Grail guide will say, what do you want to do? And you say, I want to cast my fire spell, and then do F-I-R-E, and then that makes your spell stronger. As you go up through the levels, of course, it becomes more complicated. You graduate from doing finger spelling to signing actual fire, so that shape. Then you'll go on to sort of want to cast fire, that sort of thing. So you have that very basic sentence, and that's why it's an introduction to the language. We're not going to make you fluent in BSL or ASL, but if you're interested in it, you can then go and learn more about it.
It's about reinforcement, isn't it?
Yeah.
As someone who doesn't know sign language, I actually do genuinely believe that the education on sign language needs to be better. I was talking to yourself, Catherine, just before the live stream, but I actually think sign language should be taught at the primary level up to secondary level alongside foreign-speaking languages.
Absolutely. It's crazy if you think about it. I was angry enough that they stopped teaching French and German sort of earlier on, and that you can only take it from year 10 onwards or something like that. But if you think about it, BSL is a language that is used by thousands and thousands of people as their primary language, as their first language, right here in the UK.
Yeah.
These kids are in the mainstream schools, as they should be, yet their language is not being spoken, and they're being isolated just because people don't have that very basic initial understanding of how to communicate. So I thought, we thought, if everyone just had a very basic understanding of the starting vocabulary, even to someone with hearing loss, I imagine that someone just coming up and being able to say, what's your name, or how are you, in their own language, it's going to make it far less isolating.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of deaf colleagues of ours who've said the same thing, like they've gone to schools and everything, like if more people knew it would just make it so much easier. That's why, the game's all about accessibility, not just for deaf people, but people with additional needs. And we've done a lot of work to try and make sure that we're as inclusive as possible, and talking to all these different people online and in person about it. We're always open to learning as well. So if anyone's got any suggestions about it being more accessible, we've got more games in the pipeline, and that can definitely be included.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great to know. I mean, I'm not a massive RPG player myself, but I was drawn to your stand purely based on that learning model. It's very unique. I've not heard of anything like it. And if anyone out there on the internet who is interested in this, do check it out. People can subscribe early, can they? On the site?
The game's available now on Itch.io.
All right, so it's
available digitally.
Yeah.
We're going to get printed copies in about September.
Lovely, that's great.
So it's fully ready to go. And it all links. The thing we're sort of like doubling down on during the convention is that all the materials, all the sign language material that's been produced for it. For instance, the alphabet. It's all completely diverse. You've got underpinning word search tutorials, and then it represents the characters throughout the game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
So all the Greek side. But the thing we're really doubling down on during the convention is it all linked to video tutorials. So it's all done through video tutorials by the deaf community and our colleagues, Raj and Katie. So if you buy the PDF, you get a link to all these tutorials.
Yeah. And it's basically, Rajni and Katie were so kind. They took a day out, they travelled to where we live so we could film them, and they just filmed all the different words that we use in the lexicon, both in BSL and ASL. We're incredibly lucky that Katie, ASL is her first language, she moved from America to here, and so we were desperately trying to find someone who had ASL as their first language, and then suddenly we were we work with someone who uses ASL as their first language. So, and Rajni obviously is deaf and uses BSL as her first language, so they were really, really good, and they did a whole sort of video tutorial, 5-second clips of each sign, because you can look at these pictures and they're brilliant, but they are static, and BSL and ASL is such a visual language. You need to see it in motion. It's all in the face, it's all in the eyebrows, it's all in the hands. So that's why we knew we needed the video tutorials and add it in as a resource. So if you buy the game, you get access to that, and you can just watch it and understand a bit more about what we're talking about.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So if there's anyone interested that are looking now, how much is the game to buy? There's a digital copy at the moment.
So it's £20 with all the tutorial videos and everything, all inclusive. If you buy it this weekend, you get an anthology for free, which is coming out next month.
Fantastic.
Which will have 10 adventures essentially.
Lovely. Or pre-written adventures.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Because I think sometimes people who are new to the RPG scene, are kind of nervous coming off out the bag to design their own little story, and having prefabricated stories are often a great gateway and start.
100%.
I mean, this includes one questing day.
So it's got a question day in it. So
to get you started.
Fantastic.
Here we are,
There we go. Yeah.
So it's got a tutorial.
So that's the name, Friends in High Places, and that's the initial starting adventure that you go off on. So it's very much designed to be an easy way into it. As you get better, as you get more practice, you can get more and more games, and as the anthology can be really, really useful for that.
Fantastic. Well, it looks great. I love the artwork. Who did the artwork for us?
So one of my friends, Josh Somerville, he lives in Wales. He's a local artist. He did all the knot work. He also did the creatures. Some of these stained glass windows.
It's lovely. It's beautiful.
It's Arthur and Guinevere. And Lucille is our character artist. She's an American artist, and she did all our characters.
It's lovely.
Again,
It
like
looks
very
great.
bold, very like you know, like they draw you in.
Yeah.
They're quite distinctive.
It looks great. It's visually beautiful.
Yeah.
There's something to be very proud of.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, so we look forward to getting the PDF, which we're going to review,
Yeah.
which is really exciting. So, guys, you can you'll see the review coming through. You know, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, all being well and good. Sam, who's behind the camera, is going to be doing the review because he's the one that's particularly excited about this. He has signed up for a hard copy as well. We're not about just trying to get freebies. We like to provide good, honest reviews and feedback, which is what you've already said.
Yeah, great.
I want to say thank you very much for your time to chat with you. It's an exciting project.
Yeah, we're really excited.
And I say it's an inspirational project as well. So thank you for taking that time and showing it. So yeah, thank you. In the meantime, if anyone's got any questions that's watching this back, don't be afraid to leave a comment on the live video. That's obviously going to be stored on YouTube, Facebook and Twitch. And the guys have agreed to look back for any comments if they come through and answer any questions. So do ask any questions. The videos are going to stay online on our channel forever, so we get a lot of playback and a lot of rewatch. But in the meantime, take care everyone, stay safe and keep gaming.